Hello, YouTube, BitChute, Minds.com, whatever platform you decide to find this. This is the Fried Cooker, cooking up the truth in oil, calling out BS when I see it. Now, I don't know if you remember that story a couple of years ago about the postman fathering 1,300 children. Now, we're going to click on this one, Snoops, as if Snoops is the end all to finding truth. But, it can be used. If you look at this, it says an 87-year-old former postman has been proven to be a father of over 13 legitimate children after privately investigated hired by Tennessee family discovered the shocking truth. Contraception wasn't very popular in those days, he told the reporter in his defense. And then they went over this and blah, blah, blah. And they showed this picture and that picture. But, this is supposed to be, Snoops found out this is a 97-year-old man, and this is supposedly the person that interviewed him. So we don't know who it is. And this one right here, New York Times, is mostly an urban legend because I'm going to say mostly because they're actually, I'm surprised the New York Times actually told some truth in any article because they're not good at that. They don't usually do that. 5 days a week, you can turn into a paternity court, a television show featuring couples embroiled in disputes over fatherhood is entertaining with very old theme. Uncertainty over paternity goes back a long way in literature, even Shakespeare and culture crack wise about cuckolds who often depicted wearing horns, and that's why you have this right here on his head. Absolutely ridiculous. Recent studies shown have found out their obsession with Clarko fathers is seriously overblown. A number of recently studied genetics challenge the notion that mistaken paternity is a commonplace. It's absolutely ridiculous. Oh, okay, so they're gonna start lying. Okay. So, but we know that at least 30% of the children out here aren't with their fathers that they say are their fathers, or that a woman, even though they're not together, but they are claiming that the guy is his daddy. It's really not. This is how nasty women are, whether this story is true or not. And look at me about to give New York Times some benefit of not telling the truth, but then again, they went over there and tried to pretend as if it doesn't exist. But it does, and the mailman and the milkman was running through a bunch of moms. It's just the way it is. And, they're still talking about this. I don't know if it's real or not. It doesn't matter. I know stories like this are real all the time. That there's actually guys, especially men back in the day, because, like I said, they didn't use contraception. And the women were in the house by themselves. Even when the kids were in school, they'll just send them to school and be home watching stories. That's where all these daytime drama stories like Days of Our Lives and I can't remember any General Hospital. There you go. They've been on for all those years. But 30, 40 longest running TV shows besides The Simpsons is usually soap opera. Yeah, that's what you call it. It's usually a soap opera because women just sit there and watch them for years and years and years of our life to get drama and they see them cheating on each other, stuff like that. Women, women sing. You can have 30 of them in a room when I'm coming in a period, all of them can and change the whole mood of the whole room and the whole smell all at the same time. It can happen. They're easily influenced. Everyone knows this. They try to pretend it's not. We need more men to start telling the truth. I just don't expect women to do it. We actually need more of them to do it, but they won't. They can't because it's just in their nature to lie. Yes, their nature is to lie. So just go over this. Doesn't mean just because this story isn't true, it's nice to come back to. Whether it's BS or not, history knows this is what women do. And their lying is actually BS because at least 30% of men to believe to be the fathers of the children are not. And that's it. That's a very sad circumstance to find out that your kid isn't yours. You see it, like I say, like you're talking about the court cases and stuff like that. You can go read Roman history and they went through that. Even they didn't have, you know, DNA tests, but you can see a lot of times when that's not your kid, where they act the way they walk, even though if what is it sexual chimerism. There's something else I can't, that's supposed to go in front of that. But when they're chimera, when a woman has too much different DNA inside of her, if she has a child, especially if the DNA is floating in there at the same time, the child will have traits of whoever other semen is inside of her at the time. So if it's fresh and she's just going to town with a bunch of dudes, the kid can have a bunch of traits and actually look like someone else. The sperm can drag the other man's DNA with it and mutate it. It's gross and yeah, you have problems, but this story may not be real, but it happens every day. It's happening right now.